Hello and welcome to Talk from Superheroes. Hey everybody, I'm Andrew Ivemy.
And I'm Diana McCullum.
Oh, what a calm Diana McCullum today.
I'm pretty calm. That's how I react to horror movies.
You try to remain calm?
Calm. I don't lose my cool.
You don't lose your cool.
I'm going to stand back to back with knives the whole time.
Stand back to back with knives in the center of the room with all the doors locked.
And all the lights on.
And all the lights on.
And we're fine.
And look at us now.
We're still here, guys. So take our advice on how to survive every moment of every day.
So we're doing great. And we're doing Barbarian this week on the podcast. Doing some spooks and scares. It is October after all.
It's getting to be late October. It's getting to be a little spooky out there.
The joke's on you. It's always been spooky out there.
Oh, shit. Out here in the streets?
Out here in the streets, if you think about it.
Spooky.
And we did weapons last month. I thought I was going to hiccup, and I didn't.
I was wondering what that long pause was. Thank you so much for explaining, because I'm like, it's too early to lose your train of thought.
No.
But it happens.
No,
it
just
happens.
establishing the dramatic terror of what could happen. Body horror, you know? What is a hiccup if not our own bodies betraying us?
Hiccups are a little scary.
Yeah.
It's like, sometimes they don't stop.
Oh, yeah, I guess that could be a little scary.
It's a little, sometimes, like, I've had them go for, like, an hour, and I'm like, oh, this is just it. I'm just going to be that running gag on The Simpsons they had one time.
Kill me.
Kill me.
Kill me. Well, that didn't happen. We're talking about Barbarian today on the podcast. Another piece of work from the director, Zach Kreger. We covered Weapons 2 months ago.
Probably around 2 months
on the
ago
podcast. And we quite enjoyed it. So we figured, why not get a little bit more Craigs in the life? You know what I mean?
Let's see what else this guy has done. This one was good, we said.
Let's get back into it. We're talking about Barbarian today. Before we do get into the episode, we do want to let you know that if you are in the Halifax area, we are going to be at Halifax Comic Con from November 6th to 9th. Get your tickets. Come on out. Diana will have a table, so come by the table, get a copy of Sex Lives of Superheroes, get it signed, say hello to Diana. I will be hosting the celebrity panels, and we will have a discussion panel ourselves. So come on out to our panel. We're going to be doing a panel about the state of the MCU.
This is basically like from Superheroes Con at this point. We're doing everything.
We're doing everything.
We got tables, we got multiple panels, we got celebrity interviews. We got it all at HalCon.
Yeah. And if you're not coming to HalCon, but you are in the area on the evening of November 7th, I'm also going to be headlining a comedy show at Good Robot. And as well, I'm going to have some wonderful guests and friends of mine, people who are writers on This Hour is 22 Minutes, and they've been on Winnipeg Comedy Festival and many other comedy fests. They're just nothing but bangers I've got coming by. So come out, say hey, get some tickets to the comedy show. A link will be in the show notes for this episode or available at andrewivemy.com or Eventbrite if you search for Andrew Ivemy.
Great stuff going on in Halifax that weekend.
Pretty hot weekend.
Hot weekend, Halifax.
For Halifax and the surrounding areas.
Surrounding areas. If you don't live in Halifax, you're allowed to come in.
You can just come on in there.
You can just come on in. You're in Dartmouth, you're in Cole Harbour, you're in one of those places. I lived in Halifax. I know the places. Wolfville.
That's a place, right?
It's far, but yeah, it's a place.
That's far? Oh, I thought that was only like a little bit out there.
It's like, it's not Dartmouth or Cole Harbour.
Okay. Yeah, they're right on top of the motherfucker.
The motherfucker.
Get in the car, you know?
Oh, well, yeah, you can
drive
what I mean? There.
You just drive
I mean, if you're not doing anything that weekend, get out of Wolfville. There's no reason to stay in Wolfville.
Exactly. So come on out. We'll see you then. But in the meantime, let's get into today's episode. Let's talk about spooks and scares. It's Barbarian. All right, we have seen Barbarian, both of us for the first time. This is a fresh watch for us. Diana, let's start with the usual question, the simple question. Did you like it?
I did like it a lot. It's not as good as Weapons. I think Weapons was something really special though, but this is a very good horror movie. You kind of never know what's going to happen but it's still not a movie with like twists. But it does kind of have twists, but it's not like, like a Sixth Sense and it's like, oh, the twist was incredible. It's just kind of a movie where it's like, yeah, we set up some things that were misleads. more than anything, that are like, it's very interesting and it's structured very well and it's all very purposeful. So it's never like, oh, that didn't have payoff and I think you just forgot about it. It's like, that was purposeful. That was to mislead you into thinking it was a different kind of movie than it was. I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine then. But the performances are good. It's scary. I feel like I've really gotten like in two movies a feel for Zach Cregger's, like just the way he likes to reveal a room and reveal a jump scare and kind of just slowly peel back the layers of what's happening in his stories. I think it's actually really interesting. So yeah, it's scary. It's got a really interesting structure, but it's not too scary. I'm not like, ew, gross, or I don't want to watch this. It's kind of just like, what's going to happen kind of scary. It's thriller scary, and I think it's very unique and interesting. So yeah, I had a great time. It's not a love, but like, it's a really good horror movie. I had a lot of fun. So that's how I feel about Barbarian. Andrew, did you like Barbarian?
Yes, I loved it. I'm a love. I'm a love. I do really like it. I think I like it better than Weapons, actually. I think it's a little bit cleaner. The storytelling is a little bit simpler, and it actually works to its strength. It doesn't lose a couple of things that I think that Weapons does. I won't spoil Weapons for those who haven't seen it because it's still relatively recent. You can go back to listen to that episode. But that has a very different, somewhat non-linear structure for how they approach this story, whereas this is just for the most part, an A to B storyline. And I just think it's a lot cleaner, and I think it works a lot more, and it's a little bit more, the horror is a real thing. I don't know. It just hits a lot more for me. It hits a lot more where, everything makes sense. Everything follows. Everything tracks. I like the writing. I like the environment. It kind of lives in one environment a little bit more. And yeah, I just have a really good time with it. I find it's quiet, it's contemplative, it's very scary. The environment is good. The creature work is incredible. I'm just really pleased with this top to bottom, and I think it just kind of hits everything that it needs to hit.
Whoa, a glowing review from Andrew for Barbarian. Now, I wonder, now this is going to be mean because I just said I liked it, but that kind of, a thing you said kind of brings me into like my one negative of this is that I'm like, I'm not really sure what's going on with the monster.
Oh,
and I don't
okay.
think that's cleaner than Weapons. Weapons is like, I understood completely. They've explained every inch of this.
Interesting. I do not think they explained every inch of Weapons.
No,
but
I felt good when I
felt good.
When I left Weapons, I was like, I don't really have any questions, and I left this movie being my living room, and I walked into the podcast studio. Is how I leave a movie that's already been released. And I was just like, so she was like, incest strong.
Yeah, I'm not saying it medically checks out.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it doesn't medically check out, but neither does witchcraft or sorcery or anything like that, like, or any other horror movie tropes.
Yeah, but if you like tell me that's the trope, I guess I have an easier time believing like when it's like it's magic or it's ghosts or it's the devil. Okay. And then I'm like, okay, so it's the devil. That's unknowable. But when you're like a lot of incest happen, I'm like, we know a lot about incest.
Yeah. It doesn't make you super strong.
It doesn't give you super strength.
It doesn't give you super strength. I do agree with that. But its act structure and just how it presents it all, I think, is a little bit cleaner and stronger, and that's what makes more sense to me. You know, it is a problem. It is in a house. It is the place where people went. That is where the problem is. It just tracks a little bit better and cleaner for me.
That absolutely is cleaner. It's less storylines. It's less characters. It's as you said, it's one location, and it's like, here's the A, and here we're gonna get to C, and B's a straight line as well. And a straight line straight into the basement.
Yeah.
So it is super easy to follow in a way that isn't just like, but also has like a very interesting structure at the same time.
Yeah, it's kind of like a weird 2-act play. Like it's a 2-act structure kind of a thing where the first setup is like at 45, 50 minutes of the movie. And then it almost feels like there isn't a title card, but it feels like there should be.
Oh, there isn't a title card. You're right.
I can't remember if there was at the very beginning.
I think there was, but you're right. It feels like it should have.
It feels like it should be a like 45, 50 minutes in, you get the title card, and then the movie kind of starts proper, or it's 2 short films that are interconnected. But yeah, I really like that 2-act structure. I think that's very interesting, and I think that like we've been seeing more of that, and there's a bit of a comeback for it. I think especially in horror, and I like it. It's smooth.
I like it. It's smooth. Yeah, it's very just like Psycho. Like it really goes back to like original kind of horror. Like Psycho was very similar of like, you think this is the movie, halfway through the main character dies and you're like, oh wait, what's this movie?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then a whole new character is introduced that's actually the lead.
Yes.
So very similar. It's like Psycho meets Parasite.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is how I would describe this movie to someone who's never seen it. But I also wouldn't say that because I don't like giving spoilers for horror movies that aren't like obvious.
Oh, okay. We're worried about spoiling Parasite in that scenario.
No more this movie.
Oh, okay. Well, we're spoiling this movie.
We are, but like if someone didn't listen to this episode.
Oh,
You know what?
out in the world.
This hypothetical wasn't clear. I agree.
Out in the world.
If I-
in the streets.
If I was literally in the streets
In the
and someone was
streets.
like, "What would you cover on the podcast this week?" and I said Barbarian, have you seen it? And they said no. I'm like, I won't describe it the way I would have described it.
I see what you're saying now. Okay, I'm with you. I'm
But
with
having
you.
seen the movie, I would describe, and having listeners, I assume you've seen it or don't care. I
Yes.
would describe it as Parasite meets Psycho.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. Like a very, an Americanized Parasite. If instead of capitalism, it was about sexual assault and believing women.
That's America.
Yeah.
Or not believing
Not that they
women.
escaped the capitalism problem, but you know.
No, Detroit's doing great. What are you talking about? Detroit. Last I checked, Detroit was crushing it.
You know what? You got me. Maybe this one set in the outskirts of Freehouse, Detroit is. I don't know if it has a lot to say about it as much as that is the setting. So, but
I don't think it has a lot to say about that. It really was just a setup of like, how do we trap people in a city, but there's still like, there's no one around.
It uses the setting very well.
Uses the setting very well. Yeah, it's not one of those ones where you're like, it's ridiculous she can't find help. They've really established like every house is decrepit. Nobody lives here. It's miles to regular Detroit.
The police do not care about you in any regard. They are stretched thin, and even when they are there, they do not like or care about you. And they're just like a million reasons why this is a perfect setting for this horror movie. So they really nail that.
They really nailed that, which is hard to do if you're trying to do like I'm trapped, but I kind of got away in the middle of a city.
Yes. Yeah.
Like that's a woods thing. That's a cabin.
Yeah.
It's a cabin kidnapping story.
Yeah. Yeah. And like to kind of circle back on, like this started with you making a great joke about capitalism, but in that regard, as much as that isn't necessarily what the themes of this movie are, as much as it is about violence and believing women, about sexual violence and believing women, but there's not a lot of like horror movies that are in this kind of like great gray area in between of like you're in a city but your cell phone doesn't work because you're underground and there are police but it's functionally useless and there are other people around and there's no neighbors but there's still suburban concerns. It's a cabin in a city, and it's just this really interesting and vibrant mix for horror to be like, we get to do that kind of woods, eldritch, hillbilly horror while also in this incredibly RoboCop Detroit era, like, you know, this drug-addled punk setting, and it makes it really cool.
Yeah, and for a story that isn't like supernatural, like you could almost be in Silent Hill for all.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, it's like, oh, creepy city, you know, no one's around and there's nowhere to go. But it's like, it's just Detroit though.
Yeah.
But I believe it. I'm like, no, that's totally believable. You haven't pushed me past my limits of my belief system here.
That's an interesting way to describe it. It is like Silent Hill. It's very video game adjacent of like what if big populated area but creepily empty. It's very Silent Hill, Resident Evil.
Yeah, there's a lot of like horror video game here, I think. When you have a POV shot of going down a tunnel with a flashlight and a gun, that's very like there's that one shot. It doesn't last long.
It doesn't last long,
but
there is
it just comes out of nowhere of like here's a video game POV shot.
Which is very interesting because this was 3 years ago, which puts it like way past the film is experimenting with GoPro POV shots phase. Mm-hmm. That early teens when it was like, what if movies used GoPros? And they played around with it a bit more, and the answer was no. It's used very sparingly in this, but kind of coolly so. And yeah, a little bit video game adjacent. It feels very, very Resident Evil 7.
Seven.
Seven. And it makes me very satisfied on a side note that I'm like, I think Zach Cregger's going to do a good thing with the Resident Evil movie that he's got up and coming. So he's attached to be working on the Resident Evil movie right now, and there's a cast slowly trickling out. So
now, how do you think Zach Cregger feels about the Resident Evil movie? Because he doesn't get to make a misleading title for what it's actually about. This is a weird thing about his movies. The titles tell you nothing about what these movies are about.
But they're also kind of everything that the movie is about at the same time.
In a weird way.
In a weird way.
These titles are wildly interesting to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I think Resident Evil might be the exact title already. It's about the Resident Evil, which is like, you're like, it's the zombies. It's like, it's kind of the evils of man, but also about how corporate America is kind of living in between us and selling us and our medical history and out to weaponize data and the world against us. So it's like Resident Evil can be kind of just either the corporations, the people, or the police, or the zombies. They kind of hit you with a few different of the Resident Evils.
Yeah.
So it's I think, a perfect Zach Cregger title.
No, I think he would have called it something weird like X. He would just pick a random thing, and you'd have to really watch the movie to be like, we're gonna find the X.
Okay, yeah, all right.
But yeah, like Barbarian, I was like, oh, okay, they're gonna be like Vikings in this.
Okay.
Or like
you knew even less about this movie than I did going in then.
Yeah, I had no idea what Barbarian was about.
I did not know, but I knew it wasn't. I knew it
About
wasn't
a barbarian?
Vikings or yeah. I knew that wasn't going to be a historical barbarian.
I mean, I figured it maybe wasn't a historical barbarian just based on the Disney Plus preview image of Justin Long, and I was like,
It's Justin Long in a basement.
doesn't look like there might be a barbarian there.
Yeah, not screaming Norse. No.
Ghost of a barbarian?
Sure. Classic Justin Long look.
Hey, he got killed by the Jeepers Creepers guy.
Oh yeah.
In the movie Jeepers Creepers.
What a pull.
Yeah.
What a pull.
I actually haven't seen many Justin Long movies, so the pull list for me is very short. It's
okay.
like Dodgeball, Jeepers Creepers,
Sure.
this.
Yeah, I got like Dodgeball. I never saw Jeepers Creepers. Dodgeball Accepted. It was like the college humor one. The television show Ed.
I didn't watch Ed.
So is that? I think those are my big pulls.
I think he was also in Jane the Virgin, I
never watched
the CW
that one.
show.
And New Girl as well.
Oh, he was in a bit of New
in a bit of New Girl.
Okay, no barbarians there, but yeah, he was in that.
Yeah. So that's your pull for him. So no historical barbarians. I do a little bit more than that. But this all came from Zach Cregger and his titles, and I think he's going to do a good job with Resident Evil.
I do think he's going to do a great job. If he's already throwing in like tunnel POV shots with a gun.
Yeah, this feels like Resident Evil 7. Weapons weirdly kind of feels like Resident Evil 2. I'm like, there's different vibes here. He said in an interview that the upcoming Resident Evil movie is not going to be based on any pre-existing characters or stories from the video games, and it's going to be its own thing, which makes me a little bit like, oh, why do it then? But I'm going to put some faith in him as a director after this one. Now, This movie, I think the one silly thing about it for me is that you mentioned, why is she invincible? Why is she like a superpowered person?
She's ripping off limbs.
Absolute. It's bananas.
It's bananas.
It looks cool, though. It's scary and cool.
I'm happy for her.
Yeah.
You love to see a lady win.
You love to see it.
If she was sexier, people would be all over her. And like the Lady Dimitrescu,
Yeah.
I don't know that lady's name.
That was close enough. That was close enough,
Style.
I think.
So people like a big, strong lady.
Yes.
I support women. But yeah, she's crazy strong. But
Yeah.
what point were you getting at? Ridiculous.
I think the more ridiculous thing is the absolute feat of civil engineering this series of secret tunnels are. This dude didn't do it. The absolute amount of civil engineering that went into getting all of these tunnel systems. Full height.
Full height.
It's been like, I know that there have been news stories of people who are like, we were making tunnels and the city came and condemned it. First of all, these are super well built. Full height, great beams, everything. Yeah, it doesn't have water and electricity. Or actually, no, it fucking does down there. It's like
electricity,
3 stories down.
Yeah, and it's not falling apart. None of the storyline is like, oh, this part collapsed on me or whatever. It's got cages, it's got traps. I think the most impressive thing is the cement stairs. going
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, very well
Like,
built.
what did Justin Long say? That was 9 feet down or something of cement stairs.
It's very well made.
It's incredibly
old
well
brick.
made.
The amount of raw earth the amount of fill that comes out to dig that amount of tunnel. There is a woman who I follow on Instagram who is building the series of tunnels. Woman,
didn't she get condemned? Did she get stopped?
I know she's still going. This
she's
is a
still
different
going?
lady,
All
I
right.
think. But there was a woman who got stopped, and there's a woman who's still doing it.
Okay.
But it's like she's going through, like the big construction dumpsters.
Mm-hmm.
It's like to get half of a stairwell. It's like 4 of those full construction dumpsters. It's a 24/7 year-long job to try to do it solo. Like it's a real feat that this loser did this.
Now you're really ruining part of Shawshank Redemption for me, though. When Andy is taking all the dirt out in his pockets every day from the tunnel he's building.
That's just a hole in a wall more than a tunnel.
Yeah, I
He's
guess most of the tunnel was there.
The tunnel was already. He was getting
behind
through the
wall.
wall and then into the hole.
You know what? Yeah, he just had to get through the wall.
Andy can do it.
Andy's real good. He's a
Yes.
smart man.
Yeah, the personification of the indomitable nature of the human spirit will get it done.
Give that man a Green Lantern ring.
You get him out there, he's good. But
All right, but yeah, it's a crazy amount. And also just why are there so many tunnels? Like I know
why do you keep going?
Yeah, I know why you wanted that first room. It's the torture room.
Yeah.
And then later was the keep the women in room, the ones who you're not going to kill. Mm-hmm. But that one's really far down.
Yeah.
And then after that is the room that you live in as an old man. Was this just all so you could sell the house above? Did he sell the house? I have so many questions about the purchasing of the house.
I think he just never came up and it got condemned and the lot sold, probably by developers in the property, because it's there's so many abandoned homes that I thought the city was reclaiming and reselling properties. So I assumed that was what happened.
I guess, but also the house had clearly been renoed.
Yeah.
So and they didn't do the basement, but it's just funny to think that someone had renoed the whole house and wasn't
Though I don't know if they did. They showed the original house that he was in. It was the same layout and rooms.
It was the same layout in rooms, but that house still had the carpets pulled up. And
Yeah, I guess they cleaned it a bit and they just never found the secret door.
They never found the secret.
But yeah, why keep going? The length of the hallways.
The length of the hall is what's
Stack
ridiculous.
rooms on top of one another.
I
Because
was-
he's in a different neighborhood. By the end of that tunnel, I was expecting the tunnel to come out somewhere else because he's in a different neighborhood.
I was expecting for it to come out of Kurt Bronner's house.
Right.
Because he was the first one to leave the neighborhood.
Yes.
So he would have been oh, that house is empty. I can connect the two houses.
Very interesting.
But he
Okay.
didn't come up out of a house. He was just still underground.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe he just couldn't find it. He's Kurt Bronner's house is going to be here somewhere. I'm gonna
That son of a
find it."
bitch.
He wasn't
I'm
good at
lost.
directions.
I'm lost and I'm digging out so much.
I won't admit. Men,
Man.
they won't admit when they're lost.
Stubborn a-holes.
They won't ask for directions.
They're terrible. They're terrible, and that is one of the points of this movie as well. Is that men are terrible, and every character dies as soon as they don't believe women. Is the other kind of thing of this movie. Even the neutral to good character of Keith, played by Bill Skarsgård. So the movie opens with these two characters, Bill Skarsgård as Keith and Georgina Campbell as Tess, both being double booked at this Airbnb, which it seems was a sincere mistake and not some kind of a creepy or overarching plot by anyone. Sincerely double booked. And then it's the fear of what is a strange man going to do to you in a home? And the answer is nothing. Just a relatively innocent guy who was sincerely double booked and had a bad dream.
And had a bad dream and absolutely left her alone. Mm-hmm. Gave her all the space she wanted, but you don't know this guy. So totally, absolutely fair to still be iffy about him. But yeah, Keith did nothing wrong.
He did nothing wrong except for his cardinal sin, which is I think one of the things of this movie is that when you do not believe women and their intuition, that's what dooms you. So that is essentially what sends him to his death, is that he is being told what he should do. And he even has the line of be why would I believe you when I didn't see it? And then this whole plot line as well of Justin Long's character who is introduced in the second act of being like, well, like it didn't happen, like no one saw it like that, and it's creating and fabricating this own story. So yeah, I think it's very smart how they do that, how they force his death. His stupidity is not believing women, and I kind of like that as the punishment that he gets.
I like it for Justin Long. I feel bad for Keith. Because
I definitely feel bad for him as well. I understand what he thematically represents, but whether or not that is worth a skull crushing against a brick wall 3 stories under the earth is questionable. But I understand his purpose.
Well, because also to me the like going down there and seeing the room for himself, there's not believing women, and then there's just human curiosity. Which is like, I would believe her and still be like, I gotta go see this fucking room. There's 2 sides to a story here. This wasn't like, he did not think the room existed, but he wanted to go see it. And I'm like, I'd also want to go see the weird, creepy murder room.
Interesting.
And I'd also want someone to stay behind to unlock the door if I got stuck down there.
Well, I'd come back with more people or a gun.
I don't know, just for a room? You haven't seen a person? You say that because you know it's a horror movie. See,
right.
I like when people don't know what genre they're in. Justin Long having no idea he's in a horror movie while he's measuring out the tunnels is amazing. He's in like some kind of peppy rom-com for 20 minutes while he's like, free floor space. And I'm like, see, you wouldn't necessarily find a murder room and then just grab some knives and call the cops. You'd be like, that's fucking crazy that there's a murder room in here.
Now, while I agree...
You'd leave it in the review for the Airbnb for sure.
While I agree, it's comedy gold as he's measuring the murder basement and being completely oblivious. I do also think that's the point, and that's part of the conversation they have earlier when it is Keith and Tess, like the first occupants, and she's like, if the roles were reversed, you would have barreled in and come in further faster than my intuition tells me not to.
Oh, yes.
Which is exactly what he does. And the movie just kind of generally being that men go further without noticing warning signs of danger because they haven't lived their life perceiving the world that way.
That I like, and that absolutely happens. Because, even Tess, as soon as she finds the door, she's like, nope.
She leaves, whereas Bill Skarsgård's character, well, it's not necessarily on camera when it happens, clearly keeps going farther and farther without having fear of his environment or physical violence ever turn him back.
Yeah, and he's going further out of curiosity. She only went in there because she was literally trapped and saw a door.
Yes.
She was like, if she had another way out, she was never going down into the murder basement. But she was trapped and she saw a door and she's like, I have to risk this. But yeah, her intuition is like, absolutely not. But yes, I love what you're saying, that a man's intuition is just like, nothing can hurt me. There's never any danger.
I'll be fine.
They don't have red flags. Yeah.
Yes.
Men think they're invincible.
Yeah. Yeah. And for whatever reason it might be, like Bill Skarsgård's a fucking giant man. He's 6'4". Like he's a big dude. He is Pennywise. So it's like, yeah, you probably handle most things that aren't some kind of an X-Man. But yeah, you can handle most things. And Justin Long's ignorance comes from greed as well. So they each have like their own particular motivation for it. And I do really like the casting of Bill Skarsgård here, because when we're doing this kind of fake out setup of the first act of this movie to be like, did he plan this? Is he the Airbnb guy? Is he an evil guy? And he's a relatively innocent guy for the most part. But if you're trying to set up someone who you immediately should distrust in a horror movie, yeah, cast Pennywise the clown.
Yeah, no, this is great casting of a guy who can feel equally charming and creepy. You're like, am I being unfair because his face is just a little like shadowy and he's actually a nice guy? Or am I right to be like, your face is a little shadowy? Those are the vibes you get when you talk to / look at Bill Skarsgård. So no, incredibly, incredibly well cast. I think I think if I'm just going to say like, character motivation wise of like, if this is about how women follow their intuition, I would say a big thing for me is it's weird that Keith is like at least kind of famous. He's in some kind of artist group that's well known. Apparently one of the founders, she seems to know what that is. Yeah. And she never Googles him, even though she knows his full name. And like the second I got into the bedroom after we chatted, I'd be like, Keith guy, internet, like Instagram, vouch for him, like make sure this is a cool guy. And she just keeps looking at his ID like she has no other way to find out information about him.
Even though it does show her on Instagram at one point. I wonder if they're just trying to imply that she had just looked him up or something, but maybe it's not as precise.
I would have liked to have seen more of that and then be like, yes, she is really cautious and she's smart.
Yeah.
She's looking into every angle. Even if she had just asked the girl she was interviewing with, like, do you know Keith, whatever? He's an artist in Detroit.
Yeah.
He's my roommate.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, because they do a good job of selling me on the flirtation as well. Of the
Yes,
we know some of the same people and there are connections here.
That little tiny bit of like common ground of like, a serial killer wouldn't have watched that documentary.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have sat down and watched the whole 2 hours.
Yeah, but yeah, you're right. He is able to play both. He plays the horror and the charming. It's a little bit. Patrick Wilson as well is another actor who does that.
Oh, okay. No, that's a great pull.
Yeah. There are a few actors who can do that where I'm just like, where are you going with this one?
Yeah, because Patrick Wilson sometimes is like the asshole villain, and sometimes he's like the hero in The Conjuring. Sometimes he's in Hard Candy, and sometimes he's in The Conjuring. Man, I haven't seen Hard Candy.
Yeah. So it's there's a lot going on with him, and yeah, Bill Skarsgård is very similar. Now, in that kind of typecasting, playing against type, like they flip Bill Skarsgård. And I can't remember if Long had done it before, but Justin Long, and following the long-standing tradition of popular when they were younger dweebs switching into creepo roles. It's such a popular swing to be like, I played one thing from 20 to 30 and now I need to do something different. It's the Adam Brody, Topher Grace, Elijah Wood type of paradox. Yeah. Of the like, I now need to be like a nasty little weird boy.
It's interesting. I'm glad he got to do it in a horror movie, because if you're not famous enough, you have to do it on Criminal Minds. So James Van Der Beek played a serial killer on Criminal Minds. Will Wheaton played a serial killer on Criminal Minds. It's like the only place you can go to if you want a surefire serial killer role.
You can go to
Criminal Minds and be like, yeah, you can absolutely do an episode of Criminal Minds. We'll make you the creepiest guy you've ever played in your life.
That's a really, the TV dweeb to TV murderer is Criminal Minds.
But if you're a movie guy,
it's a different project where you need to go to the horror type of creepy thing.
You do, yeah. And I'm sure there's like a third or fourth Criminal Minds. I haven't watched the whole show.
Oh, I'm sure that there's another.
There's entire seasons I haven't seen.
I'm sure that there's another one. Yeah, like.
Frankie Muniz was a victim. Never mind.
Okay.
No, spoilers for his episode. He wasn't the killer.
Like, did one of the Home Improvement kids play a murderer on there? You know what I mean?
Well, they can't find one of those kids.
Yeah, well, I think they're just not on the internet.
No,
it's
but
normal,
yeah, it's normal. He's just like completely off the grid. He's like, don't bother me.
Good for you, I think.
Good for you.
I don't know enough to say for certain, but yeah, the charming, the likable boy to too much pop culture exposure and everyone turned on you, and now you're going to play a creepo and lean into it. It's a classic move, and I respect it.
It's a classic move. I mean. Does Justin Long pull it off? He does, but
yes, he does. I think he does anyway.
I think because he's just like a creep, but this is a horror movie and he's not ultimate creep. He's just medium creep.
Yeah.
Because there is like a guy in a basement and a murderer.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah,
no,
there is a higher tier. There's always a bigger creep. There's a bigger creep somewhere. There's always a bigger creep.
I hate that lesson. I want to get to the boss creep and kill him and get all the other creepos out of here.
This is a movie where Pennywise is a victim. There's always a bigger creep.
Pennywise believed women. You know what? He wasn't that bad. He'll kill anybody.
Yeah. And that'll explain why he wasn't that trouble. He's like, yeah, a bed in a bucket, whatever. I'm Pennywise. It's not going to get any worse than oh, no.
I ate a kid's arm.
I'm ruined.
I have a very minor plot nitpick that was bothering me.
Love it. Lay it on him.
Justin Long never went in the basement to get toilet paper. So the girl had no toilet paper, Tess. And she was like, we're out of toilet paper. And she had to go to the basement to get some. But she never gets upstairs with the toilet paper. She finds the door and she's like, what's going on? Door. And the door locks behind her.
Yeah.
So she's just in the basement. She hasn't peed, which sucks. So she's dead there. But then Justin Long appears a couple days later. And so there's still no toilet paper in that bathroom.
He might have just went and bought toilet paper, not thinking to check the basement for toilet. Because who checks the basement for toilet paper?
You check everywhere before you go to the store when you're that far away from everything.
I don't think I ever check the basement.
I'd check the basement. If I had a cleaning service who was supposed to like supply everything for my Airbnb,
I would give myself then a 10% chance.
10%.
I'd give myself a 10. I would check the linen closet. I would check bathroom. If there's no bathroom downstairs, I'm not checking the basement for toilet paper.
Shit. You're not checking the basement for toilet. I mean, like, it's a bad place to keep it. It's wet down there. Yeah, it's not a good place to keep toilet paper. The dampest,
worst place. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Whoever put that down there, you know what? He was right to not like his cleaning company.
Yes.
He was like, what do you mean they're not coming all the time? They shouldn't come all the time. That's ridiculous. But they shouldn't keep toilet paper in the basement.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They shouldn't keep it down there. It's going to be wet. It's going to be damp.
Do you think Mother put it down there to lure people into the basement? That's a great way to lure people into the basement.
Huh.
Because she's creeping around upstairs.
Is she trying to lure people down there? Is the other question as well. Because, like, it's a hidden door. Like, at no point was it meant or intended to be visible. I don't know if she is intending to lure people down there or if when people go down there, she loses her mind and that's it. If she, like, doesn't even know how to, like, what to do to get people down there.
I mean, she definitely went upstairs and opened the bedroom door.
Yes.
But that might have just been like, what's going on?
What's going on? I'm going to look at the people sleeping. Yeah.
Is she trying to lure people? Yeah, people are just kind of like curiosities bringing them down there when they find it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe she is. But she has cages and she wants babies. But is she luring?
I don't know if those are her cages or his cages.
Ooh, great point. I forgot about he used to be mobile.
Yeah, he used to be mobile and has clearly kidnapped, I think looking by the VHSs, upwards of like...
Dozens.
He's a serial killer.
Yeah.
Yes, he has kidnapped... He has kidnapped 30 plus women who have been trapped down there in some capacity, and I'm assuming never made it out, and has had multiple children. So I think those might be baby cages for his babies. Okay. I don't know.
Yeah, she might not be Lauren. She might just be like, if you come down, she's like, you're mine.
I take care of you. I take care of whoever is down here.
Unless you're Keith.
Yes, and she's clearly like afraid of him.
Oh, of Keith?
Or no, not of Keith. Of the dad. The guy.
The guy, whoever he is,
Yeah,
she's definitely like, I'm not going in there. Although she must be bringing him stuff because he's got a little bell for service.
I think it's like she doesn't go in there unless the bell has been rung. I think is like the horrifying conditioning that he is taught.
He's still controlling her even though he's immobile in bed.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. So... I think that's the deal there. Still don't fully understand why she's invincible, but whatever.
I'm more interested in just thinking about like the repercussions of this movie. Like, I would love to see the news stories about this famous man's death. like this isn't just a crazy murder in Detroit. Justin Long was famous.
Oh yeah, so he was.
He's a celebrity.
Yeah.
And he got his head ripped asunder.
Yeah, and some property startup guy. The Keith, the first guy.
Yeah.
His body, I assume, is down there too.
Yeah, he's like mildly famous. Yeah, because she had heard of whatever company he works for or started.
Two mid-level famous people.
Oh man, there's going to be some conspiracy theories going on about these deaths, and none of them will be giant lady in a basement.
Yeah. So
these are going to be some amazing podcast episodes for true crime podcasts.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, when you add to the fact that all of the evidence is still there as well, all the VHS tapes, everything is still down there.
Yeah. Tess is not going to be in trouble, which I always like. Sometimes at the end of a horror movie, you're like, oh, this person's going to be in trouble. They have no proof, like The Survivor.
Sure.
They have no proof of anything that happened or whatever, but it's like, Tess is going to be just fine.
It's like you walk away.
You walk away. All the evidence is there. No one's... The cops are going to be like, well, they probably wouldn't be like, she actually told us. They'll never admit to that.
No.
Not in a million
She'll
years.
have an attempt at a lawsuit against the police department on her hands. Actually, she'll probably have a successful lawsuit against the
she's got
police department
911
on
call.
her hands, where she will get some kind of money that will just come from the public, and the police officers will never be reprimanded.
No, but good for Tess. Tess is going to be okay.
Yeah. Good for you, Tess, with your Shane level ending of limping off into the sunset after doing a murder. And I assume and hope that you're okay.
Now, I also don't know how I feel about how many Mr. X there are in this movie about, like, things that don't matter. Like, it doesn't matter that Tess is getting, like, messaged by her boyfriend all the time. It doesn't matter that she took a photo of the ID. It doesn't matter that they were double booked. That was a genuine coincidence. There's quite a few misleads, but I actually think at the end of the day, I do think they're good, that they, like, really do mislead. But I don't know if we needed that many.
Now, I kind of assumed that the rejecting the call thing was more to show that no one knew where she was, that she was never communicating with anyone what her situation is.
Okay. See, I assumed, I mean, like, this obviously was just me because I knew Justin Long was coming later. I assumed Justin Long was Marcus and he was going to come by.
Interesting.
And he was going to be coming by to be like, where the hell are you? And he was going to get sent into the basement. And
I fully get why you would think that. That makes a ton of sense. I did not read it as that. I read it as just an establishing of she is not talking to anyone about why she's here. She doesn't know if she has this job yet. Clearly, there's some other personal shit going on. I think it's really more meant to be like, no one knows that you're here. Yeah, that was how I took it. But yours makes so much sense as well. And if I knew more about this movie going in to watch it, maybe I would be thinking such a thing like that. And maybe, for people who saw this in theaters and saw the trailers or were excited, maybe that is an intended mislead as well, but it never occurred to me.
yeah, because it gave me a few minutes of, like, confusion when we finally met Justin Long, and he's like, I'm a pilot. My name's AJ. I'm like, where's Marcus? Where the fuck is Marcus? He's supposed to be looking for Tess.
Yeah.
So I really honed in on that.
When he hears about Tess on the news, he's going to feel weird about that.
I mean, he tried.
He did try.
He tried. He might have been fucking up as a boyfriend in a way that seemed pretty reasonable when she was talking about it. She was like, I'm just kind of too much of a doormat or something. Or like,
I can't even remember what she said about that.
She was just talking kind of generally to Keith about, like, her toxic traits with men, but it wasn't, like, too toxic.
Okay,
it was just kind of like, they're not great men, but they're not terrible men. They're better than Justin Long.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Well, that's all I've got to say about Barbarian. Do you got anything else you need to get off your chest?
I liked the Jane Eyre book little note, and I think it would have been better to have it a little bit sooner, but I still think that was a cute little thing. I mean, like, women in basements is always bad.
Yeah. Was that her book or his book? I didn't.
I think it was his.
It was his? Oh, okay. Either way.
He should have known better, maybe.
He should have known better.
Should have known that basements have crazy women in them.
Him not responding to bucket and bed is just like, come on, my guy. I found that also very comedic in the same kind of tone deaf humor of Justin Long with a measuring tape going into a visible murder basement, of him being like, yeah, there's a room with a bucket and a bed. Like, that's not that big of a deal. It'd be like, have you seen, and do movies exist in this world within the movie?
A basement, a bed, a bucket. This is a house that has toilets. There shouldn't be a bed and a bucket.
There should not be a bed and a bucket
Shouldn't be a bed and a bucket. I'm also going to close with the biggest scare I got in this movie was not even what it ended up being. Justin Long's got his tape measure, and he's pulled it out so far. Like, he's measured feet and feet and feet and feet and feet. And then I guess Mother, like, unhooks it, and it's, like, going back in, and he's holding it, and I'm like, oh, it's going to snap so hard when it gets to the end.
It'll be a big snap.
It's going to be such a big snap when it hits him. And I was so tensed up. I'm like, it's going to hit him in the eye or something because it's coming from so far away. And then he just drops it. He doesn't even get snapped by it.
No.
And I think that was a big missed opportunity for a good, like, relatable injury. Snap.
Now, the key is you gotta dedicate confidently. If you hold it out with a confidence, it does. So usually, I find it can go in.
Or you can just hit the button down and lock it.
Hit the button down, lock it. That'll do it up
hit
too.
the button down, lock it. But like dropping it also works when you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But I really thought he was gonna get an old snap from a measuring tape.
The old snappity-doo.
And I was really scared about it actually. I'm like, no, that's too real. I use measuring tapes. I don't go into creepy basements, but I use measuring tapes.
Yeah. I would love just you yelling that in a movie theater. All of the movie has happened, nothing, and then just, I use measuring tapes.
Don't ruin measuring tapes for me.
Oh, no.
And then I didn't.
And they
He
didn't.
dropped it, and it was fine.
It was all just fine.
And then he got attacked, but he was okay. He wasn't, but.
No. And I think just like a last little side note, I really like how the 70s question
80s?
marks.
When was Reagan?
Whenever it was, the way the flashback looked and was filmed. That was very
man.
cool.
It was
Changing up the aspect ratio. It was like a different lens. The way it followed him around felt like a third-person video game with this warping around this. It was upsetting in a way that I'm like, oh, fuck, you did a great job with this.
Yeah. Just the like tonal shift of how bright and vibrant it was and how they did such a good job of it clearly being the same neighborhood, even though like they were doing pretty much all practical. I was reading the trivia and it's in the CG and they're like, the only thing CG literally in the whole movie is grass because we couldn't get grass to look good.
That green.
That green. But I'm like, that's crazy then. Because, that neighborhood lined up so perfectly with what you'd filmed before. Great stuff. Yeah, the flashback was cool.
Really creepy and upsetting. It was very cool. Well, let's go in for the close. Let's ask the final question of what would you change? So now that we have discussed everything we have discussed, what would you change about this if you could change anything? Before we do ask that final question, we will remind you, as we do every week, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podcast Addict, or wherever you get your podcasts. It helps us move up the charts. It helps us find new listeners. And it just generally is a kind thing to do that makes us feel nice.
Wherever you're listening to this right now, be kind to us. Be nice to us, please.
Hi.
Measuring tapes might snap at me tomorrow. I need a nice review.
We own those.
We own those.
We have measuring tapes.
We have at least one.
So leave a nice review if you don't mind on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podcast Addict, YouTube, wherever it is that you get these. And as well, if you do want to support the podcast monetarily, you can do that over on our Patreon page. It's a monthly subscription service. You can subscribe at whatever level is in your budget, get cool bonuses for doing so. You can get, at $1 level, you can get our webcomic early. At $3, you can get these episodes early and ad-free. At the $10 hero level, you can get bonus episodes of this podcast every single month, along with immediate access to the back catalog. This month, we did Marvel Zombies. That's available right now. If you want that single episode, you can also buy individual episodes for $5. And if you don't have any money, there is a free tier as well that you can go check out with some cool bonuses and perks as well. So just go check out the Patreon page.
There's so much on our Patreon page to check out. If you like us, there's way more stuff. Yeah, the free members this month actually got an old Patreon episode on Tron released to the public, so you could listen to all 3 Tron episodes, no problem, as a little special gift, but you have to sign up to be a free member to get that.
So check out all of the options over at patreon.com/fromsuperheroes. That is patreon.com/fromsuperheroes. And now, let's go in for the close. Let's ask the final question. Now that we have discussed everything we have discussed, Diana, what would you change about this if you could change anything?
My change isn't super clean, and I'm not sure what the perfect version of this is, but I do think the unhoused man who helps her, who the IMDb says was named Andre. So Andre, I feel like he's a little messy. It's like, why would you still live there? There's a lot of other empty neighborhoods in Detroit you could just move to. Like, why are you helping? Why are you not helping? You're kind of like, you want to help her, but then you leave right away as soon as she locks you out of your house. So he's a little confusing to me. So I'm going to change who he is. I do like this idea of someone being around to help. I'm going to say this is a person who escaped from the basement and has just been living in this area for years. And I'm going to say it was when one of the women in the basement had a boy, because you couldn't just have all women. Which seems to be what's been happening in the basement. There would be a boy eventually, and I'm going to say, like, one of the moms just like protected him. He got out at a young age and escaped, but like just stayed in the neighborhood and has never really gotten away and has been like too scared to go back down, but has been trying to warn people, but is also very messed up by the whole situation he was in. And it would explain why he would even know the lore of why there's a woman, of how the fact that there's a woman in the basement, because I'm not sure how Andre knew any of this. So yeah, that's just a little unclean to me. This whole just man who lives around here who's helping out. So I was like, I need a better reason for him to be here, or he's Kurt Bronneler, one or the other. The next door neighbor who was gonna move. He got a tunnel into his house and he got messed up.
He got all messed up by it.
He couldn't sell it. So yeah, I think if he was either a person who escaped or one of the children of the basement who escaped, it'd be more interesting and kind of feed into the lore a bit more. Other than that, this is a great movie. Rules. Andrew, what would you change?
I would have two small changes, kind of piggybacking off of your thing. I kind of felt that the homeless person who lived in the neighborhood should be a woman.
That would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it?
To be like, if he has witnessed these horrors and 30 people go missing and murders in the neighborhood, if the movie is saying that the traditional power and institutions do not believe women, why would they not believe a man who has seen it? And, maybe in that scenario, there is something to say about racial disparity as well, but it doesn't say that or go there. And they do kind of the comedic thing of same thing with like that homeless person, as soon as he doesn't believe her, when she's like, she could come here. And he's like, no, your instincts are wrong. And why would that happen? Bursts through dead. So
I'm a man, I'm safe.
It follows the tradition of the second that a man denies a woman's instincts and security concerns, he dies, which is a good continuation of the beat. But I think it being a female character would give kind of purpose and reason for nothing to have happened about this in the past 40 years if the one witness is someone who is not believed. So that was my takeaway from that.
I like that a lot. That really adds a lot.
And then it could also be an escapee. It could be someone who lived in the neighborhood in whatever scenario. I think that would just kind of like thematically tie it in a little bit more. And then the other simple one is that I think that Justin Long's character could use 2 less scenes. There's a little bit more financial explanation set up as to why he is in this home than I think there needs to be. He could easily be another guest. He could easily be the homeowner wondering why someone didn't check out. I understand why all of the work stuff is there for him. And in terms of he has the work stuff, Hollywood Reporter is reporting on the sexual assault charges that this woman is putting out, and him kind of admitting stuff to his friends at the bar. But then a meeting with your financial wealth advisor, and then the car ride's a little too long. So there's some stuff where I'm like, I don't think I really need to know who your agent and rep is and what the next project is, and that you have a couple of investment properties in Michigan. And it's just that there's a few too many over explanations there where I'm like, he's an asshole and he's here. Those are the 2 things that I need to know. Let's pick up that pace a little bit more.
I can get behind that. Yeah, really all he has to say is, I need a place to lay low. I own a place in Michigan. There'll be no credit card trail.
Yeah.
No one will know where I am. I'm just going to go to Michigan.
Yeah, a PR person being the best thing to do is not respond. Just go stay off the grid. They're outside of your LA home. Do you have anywhere, paparazzi are outside your LA home, reporters are there. Do you have anywhere else you could go? And
he'll be like, I got a house in the middle of nowhere.
I got an investment, a weird investment property I own. Yeah.
Yeah,
Boom.
That works. That's great.
Quicker, cleaner. He's out of there. He's in Detroit. Done.
Yeah. We definitely didn't especially need the meeting with the financial advisor. We didn't need the call in the car at the airport.
No.
I can get behind that. Yeah, we'll shorten that up.
Yeah.
We'll get to the basement sooner.
Yeah, that's where the heat is.
Heat's in the basement.
Well, that, I think, does it for Barbarian. I think we improved it. We did it. We had a good time doing it. And next week on the podcast, we are going to be back, and we're going to be doing more dread and horror. We're talking about Midsummer.
Midsummer. This is another one we just wanted to watch and put on the schedule.
So we're doing it.
We'll
be talking about that next week on the podcast. In the meantime, if you want to get a hold of us, you can find me online most places at Ivimey, Ivimey.
You can find me at Words of Diana.
And you can find both of us most places at From Superheroes, or check out everything we create over at FromSuperheroes.com. And we'll talk to y'all next week.
Bye.